my 19 keys, and this is high level conversation.
You have to step away because then the mind has become diseased to a point to where it's dangerous to be around them because you can't trust a person, right, that does not believe truth.
So thus creates a schism for the rise of the Tao man, right? Because you have to break free at this point in order to have a unique, concentrated thought that is something that's in line with mathematical precision, right? I added this up and this is what it came up to. And if I can't share it over here, if it's not value, that's truth. And it's only one truth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If it's not valued as truth, then where do I take it?
And when they say when you are separate, what do people say? You are on your way.
Oh,
You're on your own. And separation would equal ownership, right? And so in that ownership, you have to take accountability for everything. All of your ideas, your beliefs, the things that you've done. And so there's this group of people who are willing to take ownership of self, right? This level of intellectual sovereignty to say that I understand that my mind works very well. And you can tell me that this illusion is real. But if A, B, and C does not add up, then I don't believe what comes next is D. Pause. Right? I believe that everything has to be in a mathematical order and formulaic.
sequential.
It's sequential. It has to follow the pattern of the universe. The universe follows mathematical code. Who am I to want to operate off something different? As we talked about with Billy Carson, there are Indinka codes, right? When we look at everything in the movies of the Matrix, they see everything based on codes and numbers. We do everything in our world based on that. So, you know, shout out to Larry June. If the numbers ain't right, it ain't a good job. You know what I'm talking about? Everything got to be organic. But the days that we have now, people got concentrated information from illegitimate sources and they out there pushing it as if it's good. And for me, you know, it's about, you can't make change without common sense. You feel me? And people don't have it. So you have to gather a group of people who have that common sense in order to make change. Right. And so I rock with those who can think, which the leaders are often, right? The people who know how to think are often the leaders. The people who sell you the illusion don't believe it. That's what you got to understand. When they come out, like let's say, you know, the owners of TikTok or, you know, the owners of Apple and be like, hey, don't overuse our product. That means that they don't believe the product they're selling.
When they say my children don't use
children don't.
Right? Then that's not a household product in their own household.
I mean, it's not family friendly.
Right. It's not family friendly.
That means it's not future friendly.
How can you take pride in handing something down to a child that doesn't participate in a thing that you're handing them? How they gonna covet that thing which you're handing them? How they gonna protect it? How they gonna breathe life into it? How they gonna take it to the next level if they never participated in it to begin with and you told them that it was dangerous?
So,
but they're looking at you as a purveyor of falsehood?
Because when we talking about the great illusions, I think we're going to, you know, we can get into another part of our conversation in a second, but this is such a good thought process because we're definitely about to go into the era where the illusion will be over your eyes and in your reality. So deeply connected to it, how can one say what's real and what's not? The distinguishment from reality and illusion, all right, will be so well done, nobody's going to know it's a magic trick.
Yes.
Right? When you sleep and you don't know you're dreaming, you have no control over it. It's the machinations of the mind putting you in situations whether you want to or not, right? Controlling where your conscious go. And that experience, right, on a neuron level is real, right? This is scientifically known. So that means that once you understand that, you have to understand the way the brain works. So when spatial reality comes, right, information is readily available. People can conjure up whatever reality they want to. You know, you can have a whole relationship with a sentient AI being that will talk nice to you all day long, right? And for a person to break out of that reality, the same way it goes from porn to a real relationship and sex, there's this disconnect right? Because of your expectations, this new reality that's in your mind, that's connected to your senses of belief, right? So it's going to be hard for people to distinguish saying that, wait a minute, no, this is authentic versus this is synthetic, right? I mean, right now, I can't tell when a girl hair is synthetic or authentic. You know what I'm saying?
Simultaneously things are happening, right? So we're seeing the advent of man combining himself with machine, right, to become slightly a little bit more autonomous to a degree where he's not going to be in control of his thoughts. And I don't think that he wants to be at this point.
That part.
At this point, right? But then we're looking at body augmentation become a thing as well, right? Where the thing that you are physically seeing, you can't tell, right? Now you got to look for the markers and the signals to be like, does this body proportion go with this body? You know what I'm saying? So there is a
That's
transitioning taking place.
Yeah.
Right? Humanity is becoming transitioned in a multiplicity of ways.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, and we're living in the dawning where people already acquiesce to this, whether they want to admit it or not. You sign off by being complacent. You sign off by not, rising up and challenging a particular thing that threatens to become a societal norm. So when alternative facts and alternative realities became something that we felt didn't have nothing to do with us because we have our truth, right? Look how it's become all encompassing. And then the violation of body autonomy, or body sovereignty, should I say, before body autonomy, the body sovereignty was violated by people's level of acquiescing. Like it was your life over your livelihood, and they chose the livelihood. So there are consequences for decisions that are made when a populace of people make it to say, this is the way that we choose that humanity is going, or our non-choice, right, allows humanity to be shifted in this particular place, right? So body sovereignty is under full attack by people who are deciding to do that to themselves, and then people who are non-decisive in the process, and decisions are being made for them.
It kind of gets me to the question, like, the idea of body autonomy. Is your body yours if your mind isn't? Right? Because if I can, it's like a pimp. A pimp control your self-esteem. He controls what you do with your body. You're doing something every single day to degrade and destroy yourself because somebody else has a hold of your mind, right? The way you see yourself, the way you feel about yourself.
Right.
Right? So whether that's the algorithm, because we blame man and woman about a lot of things. We don't blame machine about a lot. Right? It's the machine nowadays that's telling you things. When you go down that algorithm, you can be mad at the people you see, but who's showing you those images?
The algorithm that knows you,
Right.
allegedly, right?
You see something that you didn't like and you interact it, they're going to show you again so you can interact. That's not man that you're really mad at. Who's pressing your buttons and tinkering with your insides? Right? Pause. That's machine.
Yeah.
Right? So when we look at that, then we have to say, okay, number one, the machines have already tinkered in the human lives the way we see and feel about ourselves. It's very hard pressed to go and find a woman without a filter. And this is creating a great level of body dysphoria because you think you need to be represented in an artificial manner in order to be approved. And this is sad to me because, it's the same way a man has to feel like he has to be represented by money in order to be approved. Right? And so everybody's creating these artificial lives, right? Presenting this to the world, right? So that people who don't know them can accept them. And it's destroying both of their self-esteems because they're not connected to the illusion because it's not their reality. So if somebody thinks you're rich and you're not, and you go home and you're like, fuck, but I ain't got no money though. You know what I'm saying? Somebody thinks you're beautiful, but when you look in the mirror, you're like, damn, I don't look like that. They like something that's not me.
Or when they take off their full face filter.
That's what I'm talking
Not
about.
only a camera, we talking makeup too.
Double filter. She got the make. I seen a woman, she had the makeup filter on the makeup. How you got to filter out the makeup? This is bad. All right? And this has nothing to do with men. I want to say that this is machine, this is industry, this is business, this is capitalism. This is about you being so insecure that you feel like your face is a liability, so you have to cover it up in order to be appreciated. And the problem is that when you look very good in the illusion, right, now you're setting up this expectation, right, that you're always going to look this good. But when you take this off and you don't look like that, now it's a disappointment. But now this disconnection is going to leave you disappointed because somebody go disconnect from you, right? Because it's like, wait a minute, that's not what I signed up for. That ain't what I signed up for at all. What's that? Whoa, you should have let me see this up front.
I'm seeing women.
I need to see the upfront fees.
With makeup.
I need to know what it costs to be with you.
In the gym.
Oh my God.
I'm seeing women with makeup at the beach.
It's sad, man. You gotta keep that filter on 24/7. And these AI filters is getting so goddamn good. You gonna be going live with a lady and the filter still gonna be filtering. You can't FaceTime it. It's gonna get so bad, but listen, don't have the glasses on. They gonna have the glasses on where there's probably gonna be a service where if somebody looking at you through the glasses, then it's automatically filter on your face. Well, you ain't gonna be able to see ugly no more. You know what I'm saying? You put the beauty filter on, everybody got a filter everywhere you go. Imagine that, you just walking around, you ain't seen one ugly chick all day. But everybody look good in the glasses.
I think that they're gonna have a They Live feature in the glass as well, where you can remove all filters and see people exactly for who they are.
Oh, blue pill, you a dangerous man right there, boy. You a dangerous man.
They're gonna have an aura reading app in the glasses, and they're gonna have one where you can drop filters and
undisclosed glamour lying to you.
Yes. So
The
you know what I mean?
app. Undisclosed glamour lying to you.
Ugh.
Oh, boy, cold with it.
So we have to take into account, once again, like I said, that's an extension of the acquiescence to artificial reality that we are part of. We're all in the bubble. We're all part of this. We're all in this fishbowl together post 2016 at least. You know what I'm saying? Where the administration, whoever sits in that seat of power, right, is the head of the state. And the head of the state is responsible for the mentality of the state for which they override or they preside over. That's why he sits in the Oval Office, because he's giving birth to something. So if he said, look, I'm living in an alternative reality and dimension, you feel me? Y'all have every right to as well. And we the people are not, they have not exited, nor will they be able to exit.
The world is made for those who take advantage of it. I think most people get it wrong that the world owes you something. The only thing that you should think about is, what do you owe to yourself with this opportunity you've been given and the time that you live in? Every time has an opportunity, from the 1910s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and now here we are in 2022 with new technology that you can take advantage of. New opportunities that you can utilize to live the quality of life that you want to, but it also requires you to have the type of quality of education that exposes you to the right tools and you have the right mindset on how you're going to use it. See, everybody can go to college, but it's not about just going to college and getting an education. It's about the network that you have, because people are more important than knowledge. You can know all that you want, but if you don't know the right people, you have no ability to go anywhere further, because people open the doors, not knowledge. See, the understanding of that is meaning that you need to be surrounded by the right community. You need to have the right teachers. You need to be on the right network. And you don't just need to be introduced to new people and new knowledge, but the right people and valuable knowledge. See, valuable knowledge is knowledge that you can use to start transforming your life in a manner to where you can actually see change. I don't just want you to learn about blockchain. I don't just want you to learn about NFTs and DAOs and artificial intelligent tools, new trading systems and new algorithms that you can utilize to give you cheat codes to life, to where anybody, whether you're a beginner or whether you're a master, can utilize. Even though all that's going to be in there, what I really want to do is to give you an opportunity to understand life and to be around other people who want to understand life and how to make changes to where we're not asking about what's going to be the future.
What's going to be the
and we
future?
put it in the palm of our hands and we decide what's going to be the future by having the ability to shape and mold it in our own image. Block world order are those who want to be the 1%, the new 1%, the 1% who have the knowledge of self and the knowledge of the world and the tools and the technology and who have access. Access has always been the common denominator and factor that separates those who have and those who have not. See, once you gain access, you gain power. You understand me? It's not enough to know where the door is if you don't have access to get inside.
If you don't have access to get inside.
So, with the blockchain, understanding exactly where to start, how to start, and getting the cheat codes to be able to change your life is the key to the block world order. And what we do is we utilize what already exists to build what we want because we are alchemists. Not just manifestors. You know, the manifestors, you try to think positive and things come to you. And we know the law of attraction and how that works, but the constitution of the universe of laws is not only utilizing the law of attraction, but the law of focus, the law of community. So you can create laws in this universe as well by taking the existing energy and forming it in a way that will be useful to you. But you have to have principles, guides, order, structures, you understand me, and a core of things that you actually follow. Block world order is not just about development of you economically, but spiritually and mentally. Make sure y'all tap in because we function as an order. And in a world where we're all distracted and we're losing focus on a daily basis, we can all use more order because order is the first law of the universe. Tap in. I'm 19 Keys, and this is
High level conversation.